Alright, time for a Lillia game. I'm gonna be against a Diana here, which should be a fine matchup for me. Lillia got some recent buffs, which are extremely nice buffs overall. I mean, if you want to see what the buffs are, you can obviously read those in the patch notes, but like increased healing and stuff, that's very, very beneficial. Especially after removing Ravenous Hunter, so that does help Lillia quite a nice amount. And yeah. Now, I did do another video on Lillia like maybe a week or two ago at this point. It's hard for me to keep track, I'll not lie. With the other build setup, I'm just going to be showing you another build variation this game. Well, cover that really. If you want a little bit more of a, I would say, classic quote-unquote Lillia build with like Liandry's and Demonic and how I play that out, you can check the video out there. But this one is going to be more for a different setup, and that's going to be Conqueror Riftmaker. They can both pretty much be used in the same situation, so it's really up to you, whatever you prefer, essentially. So yeah. This. Now there are also clear variations on Lillia that you can do, like a perfect clear would be if you like solo start Raptors, you can full clear if you do it absolutely perfectly. I wouldn't recommend that, because that is gonna be pretty damn difficult for most people. So just doing a normal full clear will just generally get you through things. Also another thing, 65% of people watching my videos aren't actually subscribed. If you are one of those people, consider checking if you're subscribed and subscribing. And yeah. Just take this. Right here I'm making sure that I kite the camps out, like let them kind of die to burn damage as much as possible, really. W also has a nice damage increase. Get this in here. You don't want to... Yeah, you can instantly double camp them. I just tend to like wait just a little bit. It's a little awkward. I need to stack up a bit better. Jesus, man. I put them in each other too much. I couldn't smite the Gromp. I'll smite the blue, it's fine. So you can see full clear speed's fine, really. Like a 315-ish, it's not bad. It's gonna insta-run top since Darius is pushing right now, so we're just gonna get there as soon as possible. We sweep. This is gonna suck because Diana's gonna get here. Alright, whatever. That's okay. I guess the Urgold got the free farm the wave. He lost most of his HP in trading early with the Darius, which is not what I would have recommended him to do. I was gonna clear towards topside anyway, so... Really. Okay, well Darius just went super aggressive, so I guess... Flash, that's flash for flash. I have to push the wave now. I used quite a bit of time to gank this Darius here. Unfortunately, it didn't pay out. Give cannon to Urgold. It's okay. Don't know if he used teleport or not, but at least Urgold's early lane is kind of better for him now. Guess that's like the bare minimum I could ask for at this point. I'm actually gonna do Raptors and Krugs as well, clearing down here. After that I could like walk back out of base towards topside if I wanted to. But I want to just make sure that I could get my first initial back properly. Good. There is some aggression on bot that I might be able to follow up here. Smite that real quick. I'm gonna finish this camp first, hit level 5. I'm gonna go for this. I make sure I extend my duration. He has to go if he wants to do this though, like he is kind of trolling me at this point. That's not gonna kill. I don't know, man. I have really, really bad gank follow-up apparently today. I mean, the Herald, I can kind of understand why he didn't go, but this Nautilus was pinging it for himself and he didn't go. Or he didn't actually properly walk up, which kind of sucks. Is what it is. I got Sorks here. In this build setup, I do like rushing Sorks. If you're going for the Leandries build, the other one, like Lost Chapter is a very good first item as well. But yeah, Sorks will be fine. I get some, like, I get additional damage out of Conqueror basically for like early game fights, which makes that a little bit more doable essentially. If you're going like Dark Harvest, your early game is very weak and a Lost Chapter is generally a little bit more effective. But this will be fine. Right, I would hope that I could gank top here in a bit, since Urgot just hit 6. He did level his ultimate. Okay, Dragon's gone, that is a rip, but there's nothing I could have changed about that. Because, I mean, Diana is just having the luxury of her lanes winning, right? Like, her lanes are just winning. Or doing better in general. Like, I'm trying to gank, but like, you know, it's one of those. I've not seen her gank one time, so it kind of sucks. Guess we'll just see if we can go top here. Let's hope this is not warded. It is in fact warded. I'm gonna hit 6 off this ward. Which is kind of nice, I guess. I would assume Diana's doing bot scuttle potentially. She did recently do a dragon, but I mean Darius is playing pretty safe. See if I can get a gank on this guy maybe with some luck. Right, let's get that in there. He's gonna pull like that's a mistake on his end. He shouldn't have pulled like that, because he should die now. Beautiful. I was hoping to do it that way, because then if he pulls like that, he can't run. But I guess if he doesn't pull, he can't run either. So either way, he would probably be dead. He should have W'd my E. That would have given him his best chance at living. I don't know if he would have had, like, if he would have actually seen it in time, or maybe he didn't pay enough attention or anything like that. That could be the case. But that's the only way he could have lived, if he W's my E like that. Because then I won't be able to ult him. Ganking Vladimir is pretty easy for Lillia, as long as you can land one of your abilities, because your ult kind of cancels out his entire W and just puts him to sleep. So that's kind of a problem for him. What I'm doing here as well is I'm making sure I keep up my clear speed. Don't have the most mana to gank bot lane here, so I'm probably not going to. Darius has no ghost. My flash is his flash cooldown, so his flash is going to be basically up anyway. Oh, missed that one. I'll just back here. We'll get the Leeching Lair here. It's fine. Actually, will I? I'm going to go a little bit more... like, Leeching Lair would be a solid purchase there, but I'm actually kind of planning on doing Magi's anyway. So I'll just buy the Blasting Wand with the Dark Seal. This gives me more AP than the Leeching Lair does, so 40 instead of 20. And then also I get the 15 here, so I get 55 AP right now, which is a little bit more. I would have less HP and less Omnivamp, of course, but I have more damage this way. So that's what I'm going to opt for right now. Just double camp this. I need to keep an eye out on top. He has warded, which is good. Diana could potentially be doing Rift Herald. Question is, would she? Darius is under his turret. That is overall not great for a gank. Max W second. We'll see. Is she doing Rift Herald? She is not. Let's use my stacks. I'm gonna go do Rift Herald, I think. I think I should be fine. I have a feeling like Diana's somewhere like bot side-ish, potentially. Porky is going bot, which is a little bit scary. If this Diana checks me right now, I would have to leave Rift Herald probably. Since the Vlad will probably have some priority. Just gonna go mid, I guess. I'll just hold the mid wave here, it's fine. I was just taking his time right now since the Gorky went bot. He just got the gank off, so I'll go and make sure that I get some mid stuff. Wonder where the Vlad went, actually. That is my turret aggro? Yo. Okay. That's a bit of a scam. I'm just gonna use the Herald on mid here. Get some plates out of it. Might as well. Also, the Vladimir just went bot, so this is actually gonna put more pressure on mid lane right now, which is kind of good. I had a feeling that either Vlad backed or he went bot lane, and putting the Herald down instantly essentially just puts a lot of pressure on turret, so I got a couple plates here. Diana's here to react, that's fine. I got so much gold out of mid turret just now, it's actually insane. Getting close to Riftmaker, which is good. Ooh, I want that Scuttle. Smite is for the HP. I have another Smite ready to go for Scuttle anyway. I don't know if I can actually do this. Let's kite the Scuttle down. Stay above it and just kite it down this way. Smite this as well, it's fine. It's not going to be any action anyway for the next Smite. It should be okay. They could easily like rush the dragon potentially right now. That would be bad. Considering my bot lane just backed and all that. Like overall, I'm looking very good here. Like reacting to that bot lane gank wasn't gonna happen because I was basically just doing Rift Herald and stuff. However, I got a lot of things done on mid lane. Like a lot of things done on mid lane. I'm just gonna insta run bot here. Use my trans enhanced stacks here. And just ult. And beautiful. Good. Just want to do some dragon here. Hit him with the E. Pick up some of these. And then we just go for Drake. Smite's going to be up in 20 seconds. We see that bot lane pushed in heavily right there. We make sure we stack up the Prance on the Krugs there. And then we just finish that off. I mean... Yes, I like soloing objectives, team. Thank you. Oh well. I'll just smite instantly anyway. I get the Riftmaker here, which is good. I'm looking very solid right now. I cashed in on mid lane. Like, I cashed in on that lane with that Rift Herald. That was much better overall for me than trying to rotate the bot. Also, my jungle farm is looking pretty good as well. Scuttle here. It's gonna spawn pretty much when my smite's up, I think. I probably should have taken that. Portal. Probably a little sooner than my smite, actually. That's okay. Builds up in 80 seconds. The good thing about Riftmaker, by the way, is you just have to land one ability and it will fully stack because of your passive. It's gonna get enough proc so you instantly stack up your Riftmaker fully, essentially. Which is kind of good. She's leaving. Can't really go for top in that situation. He also has Hull Breaker already. Damn. That man rushed that item. Interesting. Hopefully Urgot doesn't get killed by that. Urgot went Titanic instead. Diana is somewhere bot side, I think. Okay, yes, she is there. Okay, bot lane's doing pretty well now, we'll say. The bot lane play with the Corki rotation was very helpful. Set up a good pace for the game. Instantly gonna run top. I'm gonna run past Scuttle here. Smite the Scuttle and then run top, I think. I'm going. Let's do this. That should hit. Yep, there we go. Ult him. And an easy kill. He got the slow on the Darius. I saw it and I just insta respond with the ult, with the E ult hit there. Ooh. Just do some damage to her. I may have greeted a tiny amount, my bad. I actually thought that was more plausible, but I should have flashed Diana ultimate. I greeted heavily. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Yeah, that was really bad. Oh, I got so greedy on that one. I actually thought I could just poke her for free and just kind of run away, but I just didn't think about the Diana ultimate for whatever reason. So it's just a stupid mistake, very cringe. Yeah, well, it's fine. definitely didn't... Like, I gave Diana essentially 2 kills in gold there, so we're kind of equaling kills now. Still up on farm. It's kind of good, but meh. Not good, not good, not good. Do not do that one again. That is for sure. There you go. Just gotta keep up my jungle clear. It's fine. Oof. That is not ideal. Let's walk up here. I'm just gonna chill. It's gonna be fine. Got him. And we get Rift Herald here. I could smite this, but I don't really want to. Because I want to smite the scuttle here. For the shield removal to clear it faster. Oof. Risky recall there, Caitlyn. Oh, baddie. Dragon is something I do want to look for right now. There she is. Let's see if I can poke the Caitlyn a little bit. Just give her a little tap. Nope. Okay. I definitely want to look for the dragon here when it's spawning. We have a pretty good position on it right now, so we'll make sure I play that out clean. Not a massive fan of the fact that he popped my W like that without me getting in range, but I guess it is what it is. If he would have waited for me to land my W, she would have insta-died. That just does way too much damage. But, I mean, I will 100% ult for just a jungler in a situation like this. It is more than worth doing that. Considering the fact that the only reason I could lose the dragon is to the jungler smite, right? So if I just delete the jungler off the map with my ult there, like a nice E-ult land, then you can easily set up a play afterwards. We're looking overall pretty good right now, but I mean, if I make another mistake like I just did, right, with the top lane dive, that was just a stupid mistake, then it could still be lost. It's definitely not over yet. Alright, next item is Cosmic Drive. We're just going heavy move speed on this one. So instead of going for like Liandry's demonic type of deal, we're going Riftmaker Cosmic Drive. And I like to get a Magice on either build anyway. Really, if you're like doing kind of well, if you're feeling like the game's gonna go pretty well, stuff like that. The enemy team is fairly kiteable. So, especially with this build. I'm gonna run top lane right here. The assist, I'll take it. I'm gonna go mid here. I'm gonna see if this is gonna work. Let's just do it like that. I think that hits Caitlyn. Oh, she sidestepped it. That's a little sad. Oh, I walked into that trap pretty well. Man, how am I not hitting those? I mean, she's dead anyway, but still, Jesus. I walked into the trap, right? That was like the main problem in that situation. I have really good sustain as well now here. Like, the nice thing that I do like about Riftmaker now that the Ravenous Hunter is gone is the Omnivamp it provides as well. I need to use my Herald somewhat soon. How much for Cosmic Drive? 300 gold? I need Cosmic Drive. I'm gonna use this. Should be fine. I won't really have a great use for it regardless, so... I was hoping that kills the turret there, but it didn't. That's a little sad. I don't necessarily know if I like this play too much. a little scary. If they check here, it's gonna, like, this could easily be a problematic fight. Oh, they don't know. Okay. Vision has been cleared properly. Good, good. Herald tanks this, like, my burn damage adds up. It's not like this damage I do the Baron now is definitely a lot less than I would do with the Liandry's build, because I just have more burn damage with that build, right? Burn damage is very, very effective on Baron. There we go. Like, burn damage from Liandry's Demonic, that does so much Baron damage. So that build is faster at doing things like Baron. Just much faster at it, really. And we're gonna be zooming in a bit, by the way. So we get this. I have 10 stacks on Magi's for the move speed for that. We have the Celerity as well, which gives me 26 move speed with a fully stacked Prance, which is really, really insane. And we pick this up, and then here we go. Now, after this setup here, like these three, you can do two things. You can still buy Demonic, because it's still a pretty good item, especially because you stacked some HP here. Like, you get 500 from this, you get 450 HP from Demonic, so you have like 1000 bonus HP, basically, which is a very reasonable amount. And then you get the extra damage base, or like the extra AP based off that, and then you also get the burn damage. So it wouldn't be a bad item at all. But you can also, because of like the Magi's, go for Death Cap and Void Staff, just the two of those. Because you will just add up on AP, right? You can, if you don't like playing with Magi's, you can just go Demonic, Death Cap, Void Staff. Or even Death Cap, Void Staff, Zonias if you don't want to play with Demonic. But those are generally the options for this build setup. My team is pushing bot right now. I'm just making sure I keep my passive a little stacked wherever I can on these camps. Make sure to keep my Prance stacked as much as possible. Unfortunately, don't have E to hit that. Okay. Ult him. I think that's worth it. Insta killed him. Just have to time your W. Pretty much out of his W. Yeah. That's reasonable damage. An E poke would do more damage if you're going for the burn build, of course, but yeah. Just like notice the movement speed I gain in these fights. Like, it allows you to like snipe like good ults in with E and then just follow that up really, really quickly. I have 10 out of 18 kill participation, which is very respectable. I've definitely helped my laners a lot. Like, I've allowed Urgel to survive his laning phase, basically. I've helped Corki a good amount with his lane. Corki has, in return, helped bot lane. I've helped bot lane as well with a good gank follow-up on top of it. Corki's going in. I mean, he is quite strong. But yeah, I've pretty much, like, done my part when it comes to, like helping my laner survive. And my farm is obviously very, very good, which is very crucial with Lillia. You have a lot of movement speed to keep up this type of farm. So you should always do that, really. I didn't hit, really? Sag. I'm gonna ult him. I don't even care. Again, you really, really mess up a Vladimir like that. If you can land anything before he pulls and just press ult instantly on him, there's literally nothing he can do. It is actually funny. I love picking Lillia into Vladimir because of that reason. Because you can literally just put him to sleep. He can press W all he wants. He's just locked down. You just hit him with a W out of it. I think we should leave. I am very, very low on HP. I can check the blue real quick to see if that's up. That should hit me 16 this. Oh. Good. Got the Void Staff here. Another thing you can do is Rylai's as well. Potentially if you want to. I don't really... I need 25 gold. I want to get Void Staff here. I don't have the most magic resist, but it's like the best item I can currently buy, I think. I could have potentially... I think this is fine. Like, the other thing I could have done there was just sell the thing and buy double large rod, which would have been fine as well, but I think purchasing the Void Staff in one go is fine. Like, there is a pretty reasonable chance that they should build a magic resist item next item anyway, so... See if I can snipe out of Vladimir here. I can. Get the move speed increase. And he's dead! Cosmic Drive move speed increase allows you to walk up very, very easily as well. Good. That's a good engage. Like, that's literally, you just get Vlad out of the game like that and it's over for them. Land that. Good. Good damage right here. Also very good move speed. As you can see, I'm basically walking around with like a flat 600 right there, which is Cosmic Drive coming in clutch. But yeah, that's really it for Lillia. That's how this build plays, essentially. And if you guys have enjoyed the video, please make sure to hit the like button below. It helps me out quite a bit. If you'd like to see more videos from me in the future, hit the subscribe button as well. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Okay, so for the endgame stats here. I did 14.1k damage, which isn't that great. Burn damage build with Leandries and Demonic does more damage overall. But also in this game, I mean, I've set up my laners very well, and they kind of just picked that up from themselves. Corki has really good scaling damage, he got pretty fat. He also got that solo triple kill, stuff like that, so obviously I get out damage there. But Lilia's damage will generally pick up a lot towards the late game. It will be much higher than generally, the burn build is a higher damage build than this build. But this build has like more engage potential essentially because you're building like Cosmic Drive and you're really trying to get into their face really and get like a good ultimate off that way. Whereas the burn damage build is a little bit more immobile. We're still talking about Lillia here. But yeah, that's kind of the difference between the two. So my damage is going to be a bit lower. The burn adds up quite a significant amount usually to how much damage you can actually do total to champions. But a lot of this damage has just been like instantly deleting like Vladimir, stuff like that, you know. Because I think I've one-shot the Vladimir like 3 or 4 times by just E-ulting him and then just Wing him on top of that, right? So it's very much one-shot damage and a little bit less of the pokey burn damage, so your damage is lower. So you guys see the difference between those two if you do play between those two yourself. True damage at 4200, which is very good. A lot of the damage obviously comes from the Blue Smite, but also the Riftmaker. So yeah, Riftmaker easily stacks, gives you some nice extra damage. Damage to objectives at 41k, really focused on that. I mean, I've essentially won all my lanes, right? Like, I've won top lane by, like, letting Urgot survive and letting him scale up so he can deal with the Darius later. I've won the mid lane by ganking Vlad a couple times, and then the Corki got, like, a good lead out of that, which pushed that through the bot lane, and I also ganked bot lane several times to give him a lead as well. So looking very good after that. My team started to kind of roll, so you as a jungler then is you just focus on objectives and you get high objective damage like this to make sure you get like heralds and dragons and stuff like that. Healing done at 19.2k, which is very good. I actually out-healed the Vladimir, and this is due to the combination of getting the increased healing from your passive, but also the Riftmaker is going to give you more healing in general. So that's why you're going to be looking at healing like this. And then for damage taken, I will top these charts most of the time with a setup like this, because you can easily go in, take a bunch of damage, and go out and go in. I mean, granted, I did have a pretty dumb death early in the game, but yeah, that's not going to apply that much to this. But yeah, generally here with Riftmaker sustain, you can kind of just walk up, tank a bunch of damage. You'll get a lot of sustain from Riftmaker, from her like passive healing and stuff like that, and you'll generally be able to tank quite a lot of damage. So this is going to stack up nicely and self-mitigated at 14.7. This one's not going to be that high for Lillia specifically, but yeah. Gold earned. I mean, I didn't have the most kills or anything. My team's picked up pretty well, but the consistent farming is a very key aspect for Lillia. You have a lot of movement speed around the map, so you do want to make sure you use that as much as possible. And you can see I easily kept up with the guy that had more kills than me, essentially, because I just had consistent good farm. Runes damage. I mean, Conqueror didn't heal me for too much, but you have to take into account like the adaptive damage you gain from it. The fights weren't as long this game specifically. It were more one-shot fights. You can easily replace Conqueror as well with Dark Harvest if you want, and still go with this build setup as well. But that's really up to you on that one. Like, Conqueror is you can easily hold the stacks on Conqueror with Lillia for the extra adaptive damage. And if the fights do go a little bit longer in certain situations, then you can keep your Conqueror stacked. This healing can stack up pretty quickly as well. But yeah, not too much healing here. And I mean, yeah, the rest of this is just the celerity extra distance travel at almost 17k is really good.